Hi, everybody. Welcome to the read for the week. I don't know how to I didn't know how to preface this one because normally I get some sort of like intuition on like what we should have as a general theme for this week, and I think I just titled this unknown and uncharted and unwritten. I think we're, coming off the moon read that I did. We're still in like this week, I think, we'll see what the cards have to say. It's gonna be about, just kind of taking it easy and tuning in and, you know, doing the Virgo things, getting our lists in order, uh, being practical, getting things done, that kind of thing. That's the overall sense that I'm getting. But yeah, I didn't have any really big epiphanies. So sometimes I do. Um, okay, we're going to go right to the card today, but we're going to start with the overall of the week. I'm going to try to, this is a different way of reading. It's the enchanted, uh, oops, snowblowers, Lenormand Oracle Guide. So it has they have very different symbology and meaning. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw 3 for the week. I will take a look at the book because I don't know the symbology of that, the quick version. Around barking dogs and snowblowers, of course, right? I guess we're drawing that card. And we'll wait till the dog stops barking. Ooh, interesting. He's not going to stop. Okay. So, overall for the week. First one that comes up. I'm going to read these right out of the book with their symbology, and then I'll give you my interpretation. So we got the sun. For me, that always means continued activity from the sun. We got the fortune teller. Oops, why can't I do this again? Fortune teller. And the fish. So let's take a look at what they say these are, and then I'll give you my interpretation. Okay, the sun. Illumination, happiness, vitality, success. The consciousness, charisma, daytime. Okay, well, let's read them together and see, because I mean, that's pretty good. The sun, the consciousness is coming in. Always when I draw sun out of any of the card decks that I have, it always means we'll be in those continued solar flares. Okay, the diviner or the card reader, prediction, essentials, truth, esoteric, holistic. Interesting. And then what's the fish? Money, fluidity, circulation, exchange, income. Okay. Okay, well, we've been waiting for that to happen for a long time, is the shift in the financial. So, yeah, I mean, it's been predicted for a long time that, everything's got to come crashing down to be built back up. So it looks like this week might very well be about that. So we'll wait and see. I kind of like their interpretations for those. Yeah. Let's just go with that. This could be an interesting week when it comes to the financial sector. Yeah, that's the thing. There's always stuff happening underneath the surface. That's kind of the fish too, right? All right, let's see for the overall week. We got the high priestess. So we're looking at I lift the veils of ignorance and darkness. Yeah. How do you say this without saying it? Anyway, there was a prominent death this morning. It's all over if you're on certain internet channels, it's one of these elite families that have kind of nefariously been kind of ruling the roost. And it's funny because they're I have to watch what I say, like really too. They're a banking family. So I would say like the cards are pretty on. This is going to be like an interesting financial week of shifts within that. So we'll just leave it there. We won't get into all the details of that, but that's actually, I mean, it's terrible, but it's a good sign. If it has to be broken down to be built back up. So and that's the sun card, right? It's like the consciousness is coming in. We have to have a more benevolent, conscious financial system for all of us that is beneficial for all of us. So again, I guess I'm making predictions. I usually don't do that, but I'm the fortune teller this week, right? Yeah, predictions. I'm making a prediction. It's going to have to do with finance. We'll see. Okay. Something just made a funny noise back there. And it's like, anyway. Okay. Let's look at Monday through Wednesday. I'm just going to do one card for each. Because I got a busy day today and I got to go get some stuff done. All right. So we're using the Christ consciousness, the ascended, the masters, and the moon manifestation, or not manifestation cards. Which ones are those? Okay, this is awesome. Yeah, it's purely financial this week, or the news is going to be purely about finances. So whether this is just happening to you, this is the break free card. So it's tethered and caged, but it's the scarcity, this is like linked into scarcity and lack. So at the beginning of the week, we're breaking free of those chains, which is great because that old money system, it enslaved us. It's not good for us. It's not beneficial to all of us. Now looking back, calling this video uncharted, unknown. We're heading into the unknown. What's the new system? I don't know. I don't know what it looks like or any of those things. So it's just like part of the work that we need to do is always don't go into fear, stay calm, observe everything as it happens. But that the picture on the thumbnail for the beginning of this video is the book, with empty pages. So we write the future, right? We're writing the future. So this, again, it's part of that Virgo energy of the moon. We need to start writing our lists, and that includes like, what do we want to see for a financial system? Like, how could it be more benevolent? Like, should we be bartering more, trading more? All of these things. And I know it's like I don't want to say pie in the sky, and it's so far-fetched because we've only known one way. But there's going to be other ways. There's all new ways coming in for everything. So kind of the homework is looking at that. We also got Lady Venus, activation, call to action, power surge, earth mission. Yeah, it's this energy is just coming in to allow us to be able to start switching over to the new. So it's action time. Power surge is interesting because there's always sort of a correlation between when there's solar flares, that sometimes technology goes down and things like that. So I wouldn't doubt if that might be a part of it too, or in these next couple days. So, all right. And then let's look at one more card here, and then we'll look at the second half of the week. Yeah, okay, it's changing. Oh, isn't this interesting? Okay, so it is changes. So we're definitely undergoing some big change. It's funny, normally when I do these videos, it's more about how we should be, and it's less prediction, but this is like full out prediction. So we'll see if I'm right. I'm just trusting the cards right now. The funny thing that was making me laugh about it is, if you look down there, it says quick silver moon. There's always been this underlying, I don't want to call it a belief, but like, it's better for us to be backed currency wise by metals. So gold, silver, that kind of things. So yeah, let's just keep our eye on everything now that figurehead has departed this earth. Change is happening, like rapid quicksilver. Wow, I don't usually make predictions. I think it's kind of funny. And if none of it comes true, then I'll just laugh at myself next week, and you can laugh too. I don't mind. Okay, let's look at the second half of the week. So Thursday to the end of the week. What do we have in store for the second half of the week? Oops, I got two there. Awesome. Okay, this is great. I'm going to do these. I'm going to deal like I'm at Vegas or something. It's funny. For the end of the week, we're getting two cards here. Oh, we got that in the moon. That's good. What's this? Whoops. Okay, interesting. Okay, so second half of the week, whatever happens Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we head into, I do that every time, grace, blessings, and goodwill. So yay, good energy coming in for the end of the week. And we also got the abundance card. Enjoy life fully. So this tells me that this initial shift at the beginning of the week, we're going to start to quite quickly see the fruits of our labor. That's not to say that it won't look kind of ugly for like the first couple of days, but there is definitely a change happening in that area. We also got Baba G, which is spiritual awakening, interconnectedness, understanding the inner workings. So for me, that's definitely about us, like discovery of the things we haven't been totally privy to. So in this change, in this shift, we're understanding that like we are all connected and how. So that's kind of awesome. Yeah. All right. And then we also got, like I said, kept popping up two cards, so we'll just read two. We also got Bridget, which is inner fire. Let your passion lead you to your purpose. For me, for us, that's just, I think coming off that moon video too, it's that we need to, like be figuring out what our purpose is. So, I mean, we may not know instantly or right away, but it's about contemplating. So sitting down and writing or just meditating or thinking about like, what does this look like heading forward? That's the bit of the work that still we got to make sure we're doing because we do. But I like that card, spiritual awake. We are in a spiritual awakening. It's funny when I put we'll read the other cards in a second. The Christ consciousness deck down, the unity card flipped out. So it's coexistence and tolerance. So like with those kind of words, like, oops, what happened to that card? With Bridget, it's like us knowing our purpose, but also knowing that we're all interconnected for this great awakening that is happening across this planet. So yeah, it's kind of just an interesting week of like, hey, all this like work we've been doing, it's like we're gonna start to see the puzzle pieces come together as those the veils of darkness are lifted, right, for the overall week, and we begin to see things as they actually are, and we're able to like move forward because we understand everything in the outer world and we understand everything about ourselves. Crazy. Okay. First up on these cards for the end of the week, we got the Stay in Integrity card again, which if you watched the moon reading, If not, if you want to go back and do that. The word integrity came up twice. So again, it's that card of like knowing your purpose or figuring out your purpose. Um, Follow your passion. Start doing the work about who are you really. And then it's interesting. We got 3 cards here, but we got communicate. So I think this is like definitely pointing towards that interconnectedness, is starting to communicate with other people so that we can, so that we're recognizing that we are all connected, that this all is connected. And we're heading towards that unity consciousness, right? And then the funny thing is we got the dark side of the moon, which is the mystery. I always like this, like the dark side of the moon, if you think of the Pink Floyd album, that it's like a prism, right? And there's white light coming in, beams out and becomes the rainbow, right? This is like, that is like metaphorical for what is happening to us on this planet, to each and every one of us. We're becoming this crystal clear prism that's able to have the divine light beamed into us, and then we are able to beam that out in all its glory. So yeah, lots of like little shifts and interesting things going on this week. So it'll be interesting to see how that all comes about. Okay, we'll do what we always do. Oop, that one flipped right out. I always do the same 3 cards to finish off the week to see what the end of the week holds. And we got the Fool. I'll read this first. I ask the question and cultivate an open mind. That's a good place to be, because like everything coming at us is new. We've not seen a lot of this before. So we need to keep an open mind. But the key of this for the end of the week is the Fool card itself. It always means new beginnings. So we are headed towards a new beginning. It's very exciting. Okay, I'm going to do 3 more of these little cards for the end of the week, and eventually, hopefully, I don't know if I'll be able to memorize. I do, like I do with every other card, though, is that I just, it comes to my intuition and my interpretation of the symbols. Yeah, okay. Ooh. Oh, I don't know. I was like, some of these I might not be able to interpret. Okay, I got 4, so we're going to read them all. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do it. We'll do them one at a time, and I'll say what the book says, and then I will tell you what I feel. Okay, first up, the mountain. We talked about this yesterday or in the moon video. This, when you read it here, is obstacles, delays, impasse, challenges. For me, mountains, that's not the representation that I see. I see, mountains as like grounded and rootedness and strong and steady. And it's interesting because I teach a little chakra course, and the end of the chakra course is, of course, the crown chakra, and it is connected to mountains. They all have a nature experience for each chakra that they love. Crown chakra loves mountain experiences because it's the peak and the pinnacle and the top. Mountains are also highly associated on this planet with like portals and vortexes. So I don't see mountains as a bad thing. I'm like, I see it as very positive, steadfast, steady, and strong. All right, we also got the snake, which is okay. So jealousy, temptation, difficulties, manipulation, untrustworthy. I don't, again, I'm not really like attached to any of those. Like if we're reading in the same like intuition of mine, and the mountain is that for me, the snake is like about death and rebirth. It's shedding the skin. We're shedding the old skin and we're moving into the new. It's just the way it is. See, I always maybe I just tend to look at everything so positively that, you know, I don't really like to, not that there isn't negative out there. I'm well aware of that. All right, we also got this little guy. I don't even it looks to me like it may be a leprechaun, but I'm not really sure. 13. Oh, it's a child. Child, leprechaun, whatever. Innocence, naivety, spontaneity, fresh vistas. Yeah, something new is coming in this week, hot and heavy. It's been in the three sets of cards there. And lastly, we got this little, it looks like a pathway to me, but oh, it's 22. That's a good way to end this week. The path, choices, decisions, options, fair mindedness, and free will. Yeah. Um, yeah. There's changes happening. There may need to be some decision on our part about which way we're going to go. And usually that's like, are you going to stay in lower energy and fear, or are you going to allow um, all the awesome benevolence of this earth to 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 start flowering and expanding and becoming the new that we're heading into? So that would be the path and the choice, I think, this week. Like I said, the book is unwritten. It's uncharted. We don't know where we're going. It's unknown. But we have the chance to write this and make it benevolent and beautiful for all. So, all right. It's a short one this week, but that's what, short and sweet. Have a good week. Be interesting to see what changes and transpires. So take care of yourselves. And I love you. Talk to you in a couple days.